Good afternoon. Today, the 29th of May, still at the Retro Rides Weekender 2021. This is part 3 of the Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around Retro Rides Weekender. So we don't use anything fancy, we don't have DSLRs or any sort of stabilisation apart from it's in the phone. We don't have separate microphones, we try not to fall over. If there's wind noise, if there's incorrect information, if I get interrupted by announcements, or if I fall over, then that's just the way that it goes. So if you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, then I suggest you do so. But this will be a nice start for us. This is a 2001 Toyota Chaser with an enormous exhaust on it. I bet that's not very quiet on the motorway. Lots of people driving in a responsible fashion outside, I hear. These have never sold over here, I don't think. They kind of similar to a Toyota Camry, but not quite. Now this is something that people, I think, like. It's 1987 to 88 Austin Metro City X. Not a lot to it, really. I think this is the original interior. Yes, it is. A nice kind of beige colour. I've had some beige leather interiors so far that I've seen, but not for a while. We'll have to see if we can find one. Next, 1967 Triumph Herald 1200 Estate. That is lovely. There's not so many of these types of cars actually here. Most of them are a bit newer, but the Heralds were very popular in the day. A separate chassis, of course. You can just take all the panels off if you want to. Now, this is nice. 1980 to 1981 Lancia Beta Coupe. There's a car like this actually in a 1980 episode of Professionals, which is called Bloodsports. It's a blue one. These had the worst reputation for rust back in the day. They were terrible, but this one seems to have survived quite nicely. E39 M3, 2014 Toyota A86. 85-86 Vauxhall Nova. I think this is the first facelift for the Novas. This looks a bit like an SR, but it might have just been modified. I don't know what that is. Who knows? I think those are Vauxhall Cavalier Mark III GSI wheels. So we have a selection here of BMW 2002s. It's a 7475 plate. And E30, that's number 3 I think, 8990 plate. It's E21 3 Series, quite a late one, 8283 plate. It's a nice interior there, it's fascinating. What specification that is? It doesn't say. Volkswagen Vanagon, American import. These are water cooled by this stage. So this is an 8990. It's 91 on an H, old H reg, 6970. Very early bay window Volkswagen T2. I'm sure someone's got some air suspension in there because that's not how it would have got here. Ooh, Audi Coupe. I don't think this is a Quattro. Just a coupe, this one. Hasn't got the bulges or anything. I don't know if that's a 4 or 5 cylinder engine. Looks like a 4-cylinder engine if I'm right. They're very rare, nevertheless. They're not common at all. E34 BMW 5 Series. 525i Sport. So quite a late one. There's a 95-96 plate. 1976-7 Datsun 200L. Oh yes, please. Love things like this. Very nice. I don't know whether that's the original engine or not. Maybe it is. Look at that room in here to work on the engine. Look at this room. Extraordinary. 1973 Ford LTD. The size of this, just extraordinary. We've got these personal luxury cars. And it's for Brougham, which is the top of the range one too. It's not really very personal, is it? It's that sort of size. I think this is an E12 BMW 5 Series. They look similar to the E28, but they're very different actually underneath. This was a Nardi steering wheel. Bit of patina on here as well. Just a 520 78-79 plate. Mitsubishi L300, XB 2000. Don't see many of these now. Early Metro with some mini lights on it. This would be maybe a higher spec one. That's right, it's a mini Metro HLE, so 81, 82 plate on this. Another Mark II GTI, 87, 88 plate. Another Toyota Sora. Oh, there's loads of them around today. 1999 Peugeot 306. I think this is a GTI. This is the final facelift of the 306s. Yeah, GTI 6. Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6. Two of them actually. This is a late 99. It's early 99. Nissan Stagia. Don't ask me what generation Stagia this is. All I know is that's a 97, 98 plate. And there is the interior. It's an automatic. I think it's a 3 litre 6-cylinder engine in these. 1988 to 89 Volvo 240. I wonder if this is a GLE or something. It's not the same colour my mother's old car was. This is a metallic. No, it's just a GL. This might be original plates actually. Coventry plates. Peugeot 205 GTX. K plates, so 92, 93. I do like this. Oh, someone's left the window open for me. It'd be obliging. Ooh, look at those seats. Look at that steering wheel. Very nice. Full instrument cluster on one of these. So a little bit like a sort of 5-door GTI, but not as hot. I do have a review of a 205 on my channel, on No Budget Reviews, and there's another one coming up soon too. Replica Cobra, I think. Yes, I think the indicated stalks, which would have come out of the Mark III Escort, do give that away a little bit. It's not a genuine Cobra. Toyota Hilux. Oh, Lancia Fulvia. Yes, please. I love Lancia Fulvias. This one, it's got a nice wooden interior. Be a UK car, but it's right-hand drive. This is VHF. It looks like an HF to me. 67 plate. Yeah, it'll be a VHF. Very nice. Escort Mark VI van. I don't know what year that is because it's got a personal plate on it. W124 Mercedes E280 AMG. So if it's an E280, it will be, I think, 94 or later. This one's for sale too. Another one for Mr. Quirk. And Planet Auto, perhaps. Ooh, I like this. 91, 92 Vauxhall Carlton GSI 3000. And apparently this is now worth £8,500. I suppose it's a bit cheaper than a Lotus Carlton. Those are worth a lot of money. Very nice colour. I really like this, viewers. I think this is lovely. Be the cam-in head engine 3 litre. One of those. Yeah, Carlton GSI 3000. Next to this, I think this is a 6970 Mustang. It's a Mach 1, Mach 70. Thank you. That's a menacing looking car. Ooh, Datsun 1200 Deluxe, 7374 plate. It's certainly interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one of those before in my entire life. There is a Datsun stand going to be together tomorrow, so maybe we'll see it on. Mark II Volkswagen Jetta. Don't know what specification this is. So if we put, there you go, phone in there. Off gear lever, yes. Oh, this dashboard, so familiar to so many of us who grew up in the 80s and 90s. This is, I think, a Toyota Celica, but the rear lights look a bit like that Mustang. They certainly do. This is a Toyota Celica. I don't know if this is the first or second generation one. Look at all those tapes that got Japanese writing on them. That is quite extraordinary. SW20 Toyota MR2. Now this one will be 90, 94, 95, something like that. I don't know if it's a Rev 1, 2, 3 or 4 or 5. I wouldn't be able to tell you something like that. Marshall Rolfe. Now they were a Toyota dealer in Southampton when I was growing up. Southampton plate as well on this, so that makes sense. I've just taken these E30 BMW and this R32 Nissan Skyline. M3 Tourer E36 and a very nice, I think this is a 2002 hatchback. Yes it is. It's a 2002 Touring. I always forget sort of you know what Tourings looked like back in the day. Right. Next section. Wow. A Clan Crusader. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in real life. Lots of bits from a Mini inside there actually on the dash and things. I think those rear lights are off Fiat 128 or something. That instrument panel's off a Mark I Fiesta. But there's also other bits in here as well. Glass fibre kit car. Can't remember what engine's in that. Fiat Coupe. 97-98 plate. Now this Escort says it's an RS 1600i. I forget whether these were similar to an XR3 or an XR3i. Those wheels are off a Mark IV RS Turbo, I believe. That's interesting. E36 BMW M3. 889 plate. So this looks interesting. It's a Toyota. No, R31 Skyline Estate. Oh wow. Don't see many of those. 85-86 plate. It's a Rambler Classic. I think so, yes. 1964 Rambler Classic. Late Mark I Volkswagen Golf. I don't know what plate that is. Another W123 Estate. There's a lot of those. Yes, I remember the wolf being on the steering wheel of my parents' Jetta, just like that. Golf GL, yes, but it's a bit more spec than the one that Jetta we had because that was only a CL. This W123, it's a 230 TE. Don't know if you get the rear facing seats in that, possibly you do. 85-86 plate. Another Mark III Escort. I do have a review of a Mark III Escort on the channel. It's only a 1.3L, but you know, even those are quite rare now. Essex plate on this is VX, so possibly supplied by Ford Motor Company from New, I'm not sure. I think this is a bit more special than a 1.3L. Maybe it's a GL or a gear. I'm not entirely sure, viewers. Perhaps one of you can let me know in the comment section below. NB Mazda MX-5. One of those on channel number 2019. Ooh, 1991-92 Mitsubishi Colt GLX. Ooh, I do like this, viewers. Had a few modifications to it. It's like so many things around here, like this K11 Micra. Another Subaru Impreza, first generation. This will be a Japanese import. Say an STI, two-door. Ooh. Another one of these 1980s big retro Japanese cars. Toyota Crown Royal Saloon, 3 litre. I think it had a C plate on it, so it'd be 85, 86. Oh, sorry, G, sorry. I thought it was a C. So, yes, 89, 90. Mark II facelift Volkswagen Polo, 91, 92 plate. This originally would have been a Fox, so bottom of the range, but that's been extensively modified. And somebody's put a beige leather interior in it. And so therefore we must video the beige leather interior, because, as you know, I get rather excited about little beige leather interiors. I also get rather excited about Mark II Vauxhall Astra GTEs. Now, does this have the Digidash in it? Yes, it does. It has a Digidash in it. A very late one. On an H plate, 90, 91. Another Suzuki Cappuccino, it's 9596. 996, 911, I believe. I think this is a turbo. It's a Mistral or Nissan Terrano 2. E36 328i Cabriolet. That's a Carrera 4. Not very good on Porsches, in fact I shouldn't even bother, so I will get it wrong. Another E30 BMW here. Ooh. Oh. 1995 Toyota Corolla 1.6 CDX. Oh, this was top of the range with these ones. Look at that plastic wood, viewers. Look at the plastic wood, which doesn't come out very well on camera. No, it doesn't come out of camera at all. Sorry, just the way it goes on this channel. I quite like these. Peugeot 205 GT from 1987 or 88. Yeah, the earlier interior. The interiors of the later ones were quite different from this, actually. I remember this interior from several earlier 205s that people who looked after us when I was younger had. Very nice Mark I Volkswagen Scirocco, a very late one, an X plate, 81, 82. Oh, yes, please. Is that a beige leather interior? Very nice. Now this is I think a Series 3 Jaguar XJ. It's got a BMW gear lever in it for some reason, manual. But the front end of this car, now it's an 82, 83 plate, that's off a Series 1. So the glass house of the car and the mirrors that definitely identify that as a Series 3, but the front end of that is off a Series 1. So you can do a conversion of that. Very early Mazda MX-5, it could be Unos actually, I don't know. Badger's been taken off the front. Starlet Glanza, I was looking for one of those earlier. Starlet Glanza, last generation of the Starlet. Japanese, I think only was the Glanza. Another Mark II Golf GTI, I think this is an 8 valve. It looks like, I don't know if it's a big bumper one or not though. Cement rear lenses. 96 BMW M3 Evolution Coupe. No, it's just smaller bumpers on it. Right, I think it's time to head over here and look at this. Oh, viewers. Now, there'll be certain one on my channel who will absolutely love this. This is a 1989 to 90 Vauxhall Cavalier Mark III SRI. This is probably a 1.2 litre. Yes, so it would be August 89. If someone's put a tax disc in like that, that is absolutely and utterly beautiful. You just don't see them in that kind of condition. reproduction dealer plates, RW Coventry plate. Lovely, and an ancestor to it as well. This is a 1973-74 Vauxhall Victor FE 1800, known as a transcontinental Victor. Ian Seabrook did a review of one of these many years ago on his channel. I don't think it was this one, I think it was a different one. Later on they were just called the Vauxhall VX 1800 and 2300. 84, 85 Mini, I don't know, that's pretty modified. Ooh, a Mark II Cortina, late one as well, 6970 plate. If you're a Mark Sweeney himself, a Jet, you get rather excited about that. I don't know whether those original ones, they could actually be. Let's take a look at this interior. That's it's rather nice. Maybe just like a, I don't know, a Super or Deluxe or something like that. Maybe it will tell me on the back. Yeah, it's a Cortina 600 Super. Peugeot 106 GTI. Another Mini 81 plate. Mini Clubman. It's quite an early one. That's 172 plate. Escort Mark II. Relatively early one on a P. That'll be 75, 76. It says a Mexico on it, but a lot of these nowadays are reproduction, so you just got to be a bit careful before you pronounce that. Nice condition though. And of course a Mark II Ford Granada. I do like Mark II Ford Granadas, as most of you know. Essex plate, so maybe it's supplied by Ford themselves. That badge on the wing though, that's off a Mark I Granada. This will have a Cologne engine in it rather than an Essex engine. There'll be a 2.8 probably in this. I think it's probably a Gear or a Gear X. It's something that Mr. Coleman will be able to tell me more of. Ooh. Now, Mark I Volkswagen Golf GTIs, both the facelift ones. This is a very late one and an A, 83, 84. And the proximity alarm is just going off so that I don't try to steal it, which of course I'm not going to because I'm not the sort of person. 82, 83 plate for this one. I wonder why that one has 4 headlamps and that one only has 2. A mystery. 90, 72, 73, 911. Another Jetta. 87, 88. Oh, a Lada D. So that's 86, 87. But this stage of this country we're getting the Riva, which was a sort of more luxurious version of this. So this will be I don't know, a Zhiguli or something from Russia or the Soviet Union. Very late Sierra 92, 93 plate. Polo Coupe Parade 89, 90. I think I saw this last time we came. I could be wrong. Another BMW E34 5 Series. This is an earlier one, 88, 89. You can sort of tell as well by those mirrors that it's an earlier one. Very late Cortina 80 or Mark V Cortina, it's sometimes called. This is could even be actually with the Ford supplied one, a JN, it's an Essex plate. This looks pretty standard to me. It doesn't look too modified. Very basic interior in this. Just a single sort of plastic steering wheel. Probably a 4-cylinder one. Yes, maybe sort of 1.3, 1.6. Could be a Crusader that's been debadged. 1985, 86 700 turbo. I wonder if that's the one they had on wheels years ago. Probably not. Probably a different one. And then another Nissan Skyline Saloon or something. I'm no good on these. Or is it just one of those Toyota Chasers? Ford Chaser, I don't know. Another Golf GTI, facelift Mark I, 82, 83 plate. I love the colour, that's beautiful. So we'll just go over here. That Porsche's just warming up. Volvo T70 Coupe. 2000, this one will be. Similar to the car they had in the Saint film, although we can't talk about that. 83, 84. Rover SD1 3500S. It's a velour interior, not a leather one. And you can see my reflection. I do apologise for that, viewers. '87, '88 Volkswagen Golf with an ABF conversion. I don't know if this would have been a genuine GTI from launch or not. This is Golf GT, it's fascinating. Ooh, Nissan 300ZX 88, 89. Gosh, this would be a very late 300ZX of its generation, because the wide body version of this came in, was later one in 89, I think. Look at that interior with those orange gauges. Handily left the targa top off for me to have a look at. I do like this. These are incredibly rare in this country. Now look at all those orange backlit gauges. Mr. Bill is also admiring the 300ZX. E36 BMW 323i. 86, 87 Land Rover Defender. Another Mark II Golf GTI. I got an 8-valve one. I've just come along at the right time to show you the car that I came in. This is the 1989 Nissan Sunny N13 1.6 GSX. I actually drove this here with Louis, who's the owner. So having a look with someone at the engine and things. There is a full review of this car on No Budget Reviews on the channel. I very much enjoyed driving it here this morning. Of course, original dealer plates. Looks a bit incongruous next to this 1963 Ford Fairlaine 500, which, as you can see, compared with the size of the Sunny, is rather a lot bigger. Let me see what's different to mine. Volkswagen Corrado, again, someone's put a 20 VT engine in that, so that'll be out of, I don't know, an Audi A3, Audi TT, something like that. Quite a late one, 94, 95 plates. TVR here as well, with is that a beige leather interior? Oh yes sir, it is a beige leather interior. I think that'll be a Ford Type 9 gearbox, and then the 2.9 Cologne engine in this. Some Ford parts there, Ford switchgear and things. I hesitate to say, I think it's just called the TVR 2.8 to 280, I don't know. Another E30 BMW 3 Series, 72, 73, that's in 240Z. Mark 1 MX5, very late one, 98. Is that a Ferrari Tributo? I don't know. Ooh, 88, 89 Nissan Bluebird. I've got a review of Bluebird coming up at some point this year, because I often want to review. Now, is this a Unos Roadster? Because in this colour scheme, dark green with a beige leather interior, it might actually well be a Unos. It's a very early one, a 1991 plate. This might be a genuine Lotus Cortina, I don't actually know. It says GT on the back. It's just a GT. It's not actually a Lotus Cortina. Lotus Cortinas are phenomenally expensive. But yes, all sorts of extra gauges in there. Wonder if that's the pre-crossflow engine in there, or it's the Lotus twin cam. Who knows? Ooh, that looks like a 1967 Ford Mustang next to a Mark III Cavalier. I think that's a 2-litre GSI. Could be a turbo. Yeah, not so interested in the F8 Tributo, but it's not the sort of event we're at. Right, last row, and I think the last video for today, because we've had a lot of stuff going on. 1957 Lincoln Premier. Look at the size of this and the size of these fins. Absolutely crazy. There's so Conrad, so much variety here. Ooh. 1991 Daihatsu Charade GTTI. This had at the time the high specific output of an engine, because it was 100 horsepower from a 1 litre engine, 3-cylinder, extraordinary. EK Honda Civic, 98 Toyota Starlet, thing before the Yaris. I believe this is a 944, the early 944 Porsche. 84, 85. Another EK Honda Civic. Not quite standard in there. Ah, yes. Something for Mr. Coleman, rubbish mechanic. 95 Volvo 960 Estate. See if this is the 3 litre. It's a 3 litre 24 valve. I don't know if it's a CD or not. And of course we'll end up on a pair of BMW E36 Tourings. So there we are. At the moment that's all the cars that are here at Retro Rides Weekender here at the Goodwood Circuit in West Sussex. I've got to say there's this DB7 early one, 95 96 plate. Again, a nice cream leather interior and bits of random Ford and Mazda parts in here, like these 323F taillights. And once again, we've got had Mr. Bill, whose video will be coming out on his channel too. He's been following me around. Don't know particularly why, but maybe there was a reason for it. And yes, thank you ever so much indeed for watching. There'll be a part 4, which will be the Sunday. Today's Saturday. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the next part. Don't forget to like this video and to leave a comment below. Social media links are down below. Thank you.